members are so irrelevant to the business of
There are
today.
only two, Honorable Speaker.
Let's wait, honorable members, to allow yourselves as honorable members of this house to debate and engage the Premier. If you wanted the sorry, let the sorry more debating next week. But today, honorable members, is to allow this Premier to present his state of the province address. It is not only in the interest of EFF. It's in the interest of all of us public reps sitting here. It's in the interest of all the people of Bukolibu Pirima to listen to the Premier. And as honorable members, we have an opportunity that unfortunately poor citizens don't have of engaging the Premier come next week. You have that opportunity. So I really don't understand what is the halabaloo about. But I've made my 2 rulings and I sustain those rulings. Proceed to Nakulu. Proceed to Nakulu. I've made my ruling, honorable members.
Honorable Speaker.
I want you remember, Honorable Babuile, unless you want to go out.
I'm engaging in terms of the rules of the
I've
House.
closed. Sergeant Arms, can you help us with Honorable Babuile, please? Proceed to Nakulu.
No. Honorable Speaker. You are not going to treat us as if you are the stepchild of this house. We are not the stepchild of this house. We are elected members of this house. You can't treat us like that.
go tlhalosa le go begela baagi ba porofense ya Bokone Bophirima gore re tsena mo pakeng ya lebelo le itshwanelo ya thebolo ya ditirelo le manaane a mangwe a puso. Honorable members, this message summarizes.
Hold on, Sergeant Arms, can you come and help to remove Honorable Babuile from the chamber and from the precinct of the legislature? I have warned you more than once. I have warned you more than once, Honorable Babuile. Order, Speaker. Honorable Security. Order. Security. Order, Speaker. Proceed to Nakul. I've said I'm not taking any order. That is my ruling. If you are not happy, you must go to the Rules Committee. 2 minutes to take Honorable Babuile out. Just 2 minutes. Sergeant and Arms, deal with the mic. Sergeant and Arms. Order. You are not allowed to do that in terms of the rules. You are not allowed to do that. You are not allowed to do that in You are not allowed to do that. Honorable members, the will have to be disciplined. Security, can you help? Police, can you help? Security, your people must intervene. MEC, police, your people must intervene. Unless somebody will get hurt. The House is suspended, honorable members.
The business of today is actually for South Africans to come and listen to the Premier address the nation. People outside there are looking at how their own representatives are behaving.
Security, please don't engage, do your work.
Damage.
Don't engage, do your work.
The medicine issues that we have talked about, roads, of issues of education, health. There's violence taking place which shouldn't be the case in the House. There must only be the Parliament House. Remember, he has been moved out by force. Shouldn't do that because that will ultimately put others into.
Marlithata go patinya lona comrades. Yo. Anka dega join la betsa. Yo. Al malisa jenen kha.
The work of the House is.
I'm going to take in charge. Ari tlogele botse ke ntja ya ke. Go ba mo sa mmera 17. On tsa re fela.
Understand that the congregation of these members who are gathered inside the house, their sole responsibility is to make laws and talk to the business of how they are going to improve the lives of the people. And the people want their lives to be improved. The communities are waiting for such addresses so that when there are issues of water that the community
Senekile, the belt is off. Where's the spouse? The spouse. Fat. Grilling. Grilling. Na train ya kono na go le thata yo. Le bo mme ba teng.
it is how a pastor
Mo bo fuleng.
is supposed to be seen. The Lord,
Mo bo fuleng.
when they are inside this house, necessarily they are not
Bo fuleng motho.
members of the UFOs, members of the Freedom Front, members of the they are all members of the house. All of them
Papi.
how to improve the lives of the people outside there. So that is why we call it the customs. The customs from the word respected house. The house, I believe that the speaker will resume it as they say.
Order, honorable members, order. Order, honorable Senekile, your spouse is safe, don't worry. A re tswelleng pele ka kopano ya rona e tlhomphegileng.
Wa itse ntwa e lapisa gore bathong.
Tswella pele tonakgolo.
Speaker, it is not right.
This message summarizes the resolve we made in this house in 2022 when we pronounced on the accelerated service delivery and job creation priorities. This is the year of service delivery, the biggest ever government delivery program, which will be the primary activity and dominant focus of all work of government over the next 12 months.
Speaker,
We are abandoning the comforts of planning and sitting in conferences. We are moving into our neighborhoods, our streets and roads, which are critical points of contact for service delivery, as well permanent homes for the next 12 months. We are on our feet, restless and listening attentively to the cries of our people, who are delivering messages of impatience, requesting us to do the one simple thing required of us, to resolve challenges facing our people in order to make their lives better.
Honorable Speaker.
Modisa ga etelwe.
Tonakgolo, hold on. Don't move from your seat. Honorable member, you are so disruptive. I've made my ruling. I'll no longer take any orders. The Premier must proceed. Don't do that. You are disruptive. I'm warning you. So, yeah, that's how you want to leave this house as EFF. You don't want to leave quietly. You want to be taken out from the house. I'm warning you, Honorable Mokgotlo and Honorable Mokhatsu. Please, I've made my ruling. If you are not happy with my ruling, the rules are very clear. You'll go to the Rules Committee. No more orders from all of you, honorable members. No more orders. Proceed to Nakol. We are serving the interest of the community, not our own political interest. No. Proceed to Nakol.
But why can we return the Premier at Nabisa Buamaka with the community? So,
Order, honorable members, if you do what the honorable member is doing, you are the same as the honorable member. You're also disrupting. I'll also take you out of the house. Proceed, honorable Tonakgolo.
Modisa ga etelwe. A borwa re tla utlwa re eme ka dinao. Our people are not unreasonable. They understand the context of our operating environment. They know very well that the assumption of office of the 6th administration experienced a confluence of unprecedented challenges ever experienced in the history of the Northwest Provincial Administration. They know and have given us chance to come out of the first-time daunting experience the invocation of Section 100 by Cabinet, taking away some of our executive functions. Our people understand the devastating impact of COVID-19 in our economy, which caused economic decline of 8.1% in 2020. The periods 2014 and 2016 were most volatile for the Northwest, with declining performance in the economy, mainly due to the mining industry, which is the cornerstone of our economy. The ongoing war in Ukraine and its impact on global supply chain and production continue to drive up costs and have a domino effect across economic sectors, putting pressure on households' livelihoods. Honorable Speaker, speed is required to answer to the cries of the people. And I want to quote here His Excellency the President, when he said, the people of South Africa want action. They want solutions, and they want government to work for them. We take this command, we take this directive, we take this injunction, we take this decree seriously. We must make the public service and public office uncomfortable spaces for people who do not want to advance accelerated service delivery and job creation. We are progressing in collaboration with municipalities to provide basic services to communities. Through the accelerated service delivery plan, municipalities have started clearing illegal dumping sites, constructing new high-mast lines, and repairing existing ones. We are also addressing issues of water and sewer challenges. We have established a steering committee jointly with the Minister of Water and Sanitation, Honorable Senzo Mkunu, to urgently attend to water and sanitation challenges across the province. The steering committee has developed a plan to deal with immediate water challenges, with priority being given to Ditsobotla, Naledi, Madibeng, Ramotsiri Mulila, and the others. We are retaining the provincial war room on water, which is part of the accelerated rapid service delivery approach we announced in 2022. We are introducing a mobile app to enable members of the public to participate in fast-tracking the reporting of instances where basic services are interrupted or unavailable. We communicate on a regular basis with mayors of municipalities, sometimes on a daily basis. We are forming a team that is addressing these issues of service delivery. Municipalities that I do not call frequently are those who are not experiencing water problems, but I am in constant conversation with Executive Mayor Maja, with Executive Kumalo Molefe, with Executive Mayor Nikki Wenam, and we are forming a collegiate of people who are determined to address issues of service delivery. We acknowledge that the private sector plays a critical role in economic growth and job creation. The public sector, on the other hand, will continue to make its contribution through support to the private sector and the development of public infrastructure. Honorable Speaker, the signs of recovery in the economy are visible, but the scale of our challenges are so big, the impact will take longer to be felt. Nobody said it was going to be easy. No one said it was going to be a walk in the park or a park in the walk. But with commitment and dedication, we are guaranteed success. A recent S&P Global Report 2022 shows that the Northwest Province contributed 6.24% to the South African GDP of 6.19 trillion in 2021. the Northwest Province achieved the highest average annual growth rate of 8.1% in 2021, mainly due to the recovery from the COVID-19 induced. Our economy's contribution to tourism in the province is projected as follows. International arrivals are to grow to an estimated 700,000 by end of 2023. Tourism revenue is to grow to an estimated 8 billion by end of 2023. Tourism supported jobs are to grow to an estimated 25,000 by end of 2023. The third quarter unemployment rate was 32.9% and 39% for South Africa and the Northwest Province respectively. This shocking statistic clearly demonstrates that more effort on job creation is needed. More effort on job creation is needed. Honorable Speaker, we announced to this House the appointment of an expert panel to review our Provincial Growth and Development Strategy, PGDS. We are happy to report that the expert panel produced a final draft report, which will be adopted by the Executive Council before the end of March after public participation. One of the recommendations of the expert panel is the revival of the Premier's Economic Advisory Council with focused expertise in critical sectors of our economy: mining, agriculture, tourism, energy, and manufacturing. The PGDS is a blueprint to guide the province's economic strategy, planning, and investment promotion. It is also a mechanism through which government will mobilize the participation of all sectors. Honorable members, the signs of recovery we see throughout sectors of the economy are a testament to the resilience of many of our corporations and entrepreneurs who have kept the wheels of the economy turning despite challenges we outlined above. We wish to recognize the following, who demonstrated their commitment to the province and made unparalleled contribution to the economic progress of the province and the well-being of its people. We are thinking here of the Northwest Chamber of Industry and Commerce for their participation in efforts to turn around the Chobota municipality and the many contributions made by their affiliate members like the Northwest Corporation. The Sidibelo Pilanes, the platinum mine, for their investment of 9.4 billion with 3,000 job opportunities to be created in the Moses Kotane local municipality. We had a discussion with the mine management and they said they are going to create a new township in Mokwase. They said furthermore they are going to create a solar plant so that they reduce their reliance on Eskom. So these are projects that will be coming in Moses Kotane local municipality. Harmony Gold in the city of Matlosane is investing 7 billion rand, which will sustain 6,000 jobs. African Rainbow Energy, which is investing about 2 billion in a solar plant in Dishobota. Supreme Chicken in Tikhane for the investment of 180 million rand, ramping up economic activity and sustaining over 2,000 locals and many others. There are other instances. I the other day had a discussion. We have a regular engagement with these companies and they indicate to us what they think government should do in order to support them and ensure that they effect these investments. I had a discussion now today with Samanco and they said to me, we have not yet decided on the figure, but you can tell you we are going to create more than 250,000 jobs. We want to reclaim our position as one of the two best performing provinces in terms of national senior certificate results. We can only do this if we redouble and multiply our efforts. We are currently standing at position 5. We are not happy with it. Position 5 means that there are 4 provinces that perform better than us, and there are 4 provinces that perform worse than ourselves. So we don't like this mid-table position. So we want to be in the top 3. A detailed provincial metric results improvement plan to take forward our achievement will be communicated by the NEC during a budget speech. Government will roll out access to internet through broadband and Wi-Fi from the current 25% of learners to 75% of learners in the current academic year. This will see government expanding broadband connectivity to schools to the tune of 31.2 million. Honorable members, poverty and hunger impacts on mental state of learners and their ability to fully participate in effective learning. In fulfilling our obligations to meet the adequate nutrition levels of the most vulnerable, Dingake Primary in Fordwal, Rabudigelo Primary in Ditsilong, Hangona Primary in Kokojane, Madubiane Primary in Pisudisuligang, and Kolane Primary in Grasberg will be amongst the first 300 schools, in poor and economically marginalized communities where breakfast will be introduced and for the first time served to learners. To date, government continues to feed 740,320 learners in more than 1,300 schools across the province. We will be rolling out the sanitary dignity towels to 120 learners in quintile 1 to 3 schools at a cost of 17.7 million. Schools that will benefit from this program include Muledi Secondary, Boscale Combined, Batwakwa Secondary, and others. The provision of sanitary dignity towels will be extended to deserving community members, and this rollout will be led by the Department of Health and the Department of Social Development. Honorable Speaker, economies of major cities and towns in the world are developed through events. Sport drives most of the tourism industry. Potchefstroom in the JB Max local municipality has built formidable international status as a desired destination for sports events, athletes training, and preparation for major international competitions. The support of the sport unit at the Northwest University has been critical in this success. The continuing hosting of the M12 Ultra Marathon will provide opportunities for athletes' development while promoting involvement of SMMEs in sports. Honorable members, this province is a home to many of our national heroes and heroines who are national and international icons. Last year, we hosted the provincial network session with identified foundations and families of liberation struggle icons as part of our support to the preservation and promotion of our national heritage. This will be an annual event. This year will give the JB Max statue site a facelift. We will support the Mary Rebecca Kotane tombstone unveiling. And furthermore, we will continue the partnership with the Moses Kotane Foundation and Northwest University in hosting the Moses Kotane Public Lecture, which we launched in 2022. Bakaetsu, we are making progress in the intervention to ameliorate the social deprivation of former mine workers who suffer from debilitating diseases acquired during their service in mines. Through the Northwest Ex-Miners Intervention Program, a summit was held in May 2022, culminating in the development of a 5-year strategic plan. remarkable progress has been achieved in the distribution of over 4.1 million to the beneficiaries in just 3 months. Potential beneficiaries can apply through the Provincial Batupili Call Center 0800 111 700. I must tell you, honorable members, that if we take Lesotho as part of countries and provinces that are pursuing this program, Northwest is number 3. If we say we exclude Lesotho, Northwest is number 2 after the Eastern Cape. This program is fundamental in redressing the exploitation of black mine workers that happened in the past. And we are trying to say as government, we'll get involved to ensure that there is redress. Honorable members, the Northwest will host the National TB Day to be addressed by the Deputy President of the Republic. The efforts to fight HIV/AIDS pandemic and tuberculosis are yielding desired results. By the 5th quarter of 2021-22 financial year, HIV positivity rate had dropped from 2.1% to 1.8%. We also recorded a drop from 1% to 0.95% in the age bracket 15 to 24. The Provincial Council on AIDS is established and functioning. We are currently engaged in the establishment of district and local structures. Again here, ladies and gentlemen, again here, honorable members, the Northwest is among leading provinces in terms of doing this work. Furthermore, the province has integrated COVID vaccination into the general health service delivery, achieving a provincial vaccination rate of 48.02%. Again, this one is just like in education, honorable members. That's where we are mid-table. 4 provinces perform better than ourselves, and we perform better than other 4 provinces. But we don't like this. We must continue to push hard so that we move up in the table. As part of expediting service delivery in the health sector, 97 new ambulances have been procured. The department will also complete and commission the new Sikkim Community Health Center during the course of 2023. The Mahikeng and Klerksdorp campuses of the Northwest Nursing College will be completed in this financial year. In addition, the Ventersdorp and the Rayville bulk pharmacy project will also be completed in this financial year. Rapulani and Dale Park home clinics have also been operationalized. And I must just give a small explanation about Dale Park clinic. The community there, they do not qualify for this size of a clinic. But because of the disaster there, government felt that they must convince national and the province must provide them with this size of a clinic. Operational hours for the Kopon Clinic, Rapulani Park Home Clinic, and Makapan Start Clinic have been upgraded from 7 days 12 hours to 7 days 24 hours facilities. A further health clinics across the province will be renovated at the cost of 51 million through contract development program, targeting grade 2 to 5 contractors from designated groups. Honorable Speaker, it is with sadness, it is with sorrow that we must take this opportunity to send our condolences to the families of all gender-based violence and femicide victims. This fight is the new terrain of struggle and requires all our efforts. Government, labor, Mahosi, Baruti, civil society. and most importantly, men. We are initiating various interventions and services in line with the Domestic Violence Act, Trafficking in Persons Act, the National Strategic Plan on Gender-Based Violence and Femicide. We are reaching many victims through our various counseling programs. The Department of Social Development will continue to work in partnership with other law enforcement agencies to ensure that perpetrators of gender-based violence and femicide receive swift and adequate sanctions. The South African Social Security Agency, SASSA, in the province continue to make significant progress in increasing the uptake of social grants. It achieved an increase from 1.2 million to 1.3 million beneficiaries at a cost of over 1.1 billion paid each month. This increase will result in the reduction of adult poverty levels. I want to reiterate what President Ramaphosa said. The people of South Africa want action. They want solution. And they want government to work for them. Agriculture is the second largest economic activity in the province. It is also the #1 sector in terms of job creation and labor absorption potential. In the last few years, the sector grappled with effects of climate change. Victims of natural disasters such as veld fires in Kagiso Molopo, oil floods in Deelpan and other areas receive support from government, including provision of fodder, replacement of livestock, food parcels, blankets, and so on. We have set aside funds to enhance the capacity of municipalities to prevent and combat veld fires. We are assisting in implementing the 1,200 kilometer fire belts in the province. Government, working with the Independent Development Trust, is implementing 4 key agricultural projects. The silos in Springbok Pan, the Kora, Silame Poultry, and Melton Research Farm. Progress has been made in terms of the Taung irrigation scheme. A master plan has been produced, which will assist in soliciting further investment for the project. The Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development will allocate 20 farms, about 34,000 hectares, to 20 beneficiaries, ranging from youth, women, military veterans, people with disabilities, and emerging black commercial farmers. We are very worried by the illegal occupation of farms, which impacts negatively on agricultural activities. We therefore plead that this practice should be stopped. We have listened to the cries of our communities, farmers, business people, transport industry in general, who are affected daily by the poor state of roads. We are taking action to repair, maintain, and upgrade most of the roads in the province, which have been a source of complaints by many of our communities. We are rolling out a massive routine road maintenance plan on critical surface and gravel roads in our 4 districts. Honorable members, we are very pleased to announce that Infrastructure South Africa, through the presidency, has set aside 13 billion rands for the maintenance and upgrading of 39 roads projects in the province. This will be implemented during the 2023-24 financial year. This is in addition to the 1.3 billion for road upgrading and maintenance in the current financial year. The 13 billion will be earmarked specifically for rural road projects, most of which will be labor-intensive paved roads in order to create jobs. We are upgrading the Nelson Mandela Drive in Mahikeng at a cost of 50 million. The road from Pelindaba to Peckenwood, which serves huge tourist traffic from Gauteng to Hartebees Dam, is currently being upgraded at a cost of more than 600 million. Contracts are appointed for the equally strategic road for tourism from Majakane that leads to Sun City and Pilanesberg National Park. This will be done at a cost of 61 million. We are spending an amount of 149 million to upgrade the road between Hartebeesfontein and Ottosdal. And here is the part wat boere dikwels kla oor hierdie pad. Hulle bel my en sê hierdie pad is lelik. Maar ek was nou die dag daar with MEC Molapisi to inspect the road, and we saw the part that has been completed. The part like uitstekend. The road is excellent. The Department of Public Works and Roads will start work on the Lichtenberg to Koster Road and a portion of the road connecting Koster and Davie to Magaliesberg. We have received an amount of over 100 million in late November last year to address flood damaged roads in the province. Consultants have been appointed for the upgrading of a 10-kilometer road, D39 from Mooifontein to Lombardslaagte using paving bricks in order to promote job creation. Disaster response and mitigation require cooperation and mutual trust between government and communities. We are pleased to announce that the community of Dielpan agreed to be relocated from the flood-prone land they are currently occupying to a safer settlement. We have appointed the Housing Development Agency to undertake detailed studies for construction of 150 permanent structures in Dielpan, following allocation of land for the development by Kosi Molete, Kosi Rilebohatata. Last year we announced the appointment of a panel of experts on mega infrastructure projects. We are elated to report that the experts produced a blueprint and technical manual. The manual identifies the skills required to execute projects and to further guide departments, SOEs and municipalities on a new approach to integrated infrastructure delivery plan for the Northwest Province. The panel identifies 185 projects and prioritized 8 critical mega infrastructure projects based on their advanced stage of readiness, bankability, shovel readiness, socio-economic impact, and ability to be implemented within the prescribed period. These projects will be considered during this financial year. Honorable members, preliminary estimates indicate that our province has the potential to attract at least 50 billion worth of investment in the renewable energy space, in addition to existing private sector renewable energy investment in areas like Dichobota, Madibin, and so on. We are very happy that we can report that we resolved to formalize our expression of interest to participate in the solar panels manufacturing initiative coordinated by Infrastructure South Africa in the presidency, and we mandated the Northwest Development Corporation to host this initiative. We identified Stilfontein in Dr. Kenneth Kaunda district as a potential location for for the plant, subject to feasibility study. We have also established a joint technical team of experts with the Northwest University to revise the provincial energy strategy in order to give priority to provincial energy security and load shedding mitigation strategy. Musa Khotla, Bale Khotla, Baba Tutlekgang. Youth development and empowerment are important pillars to sustain the stability of our democracy and to sustain our nation's future. The future prosperity of our province requires full utilization of the human potential of our youth. In August last year, we hosted a two-day summit, followed by the Integrated Youth Development Strategy workshop, which we produced in partnership with the National Youth Development Agency. We appointed a Youth Development Coordinator in the Office of the Premier as part of the process of resuscitating youth coordination mechanisms in the province. We appointed a youth development, an amount of 12 million is set aside to support 60 youth-owned businesses that have been successfully incubated at our Mafike Digital Innovation Hub. Honorable members, the first intake of 13,069 expanded public works program beneficiaries will start in April this year, covering all infrastructure delivery departments. The recruitment will reach a milestone of 200,000 job opportunities over the next 5 years. In the health sector, we have enrolled 146 first-year students for the new basic nursing program. 20 students have been recruited to study medicine in Cuba, while 96 medical students graduated in 2021. Furthermore, over 2,300 work opportunities, training as well as business development support were created for young people in various sectors such as information communication technology, tourism, environmental management, and rural development. The Northwest Park Board will spend 4 million on youth skills development program, which is envisaged to create at least 120 job opportunities. The tourism and hospitality sector recruited and placed 100 unemployed youth at various participating host companies across the province to obtain work-based experience and be paid a monthly stipend. A further 444 work opportunities were created in the environmental sector, with the target to further create 200 job opportunities in this financial year. Bahaechu, in June 2022, we successfully launched the renamed Victor Thebe Sifora Provincial Bursary Scheme in memory of a stalwart whose name is associated with sacrifice, intellect, and fortitude. A total amount of 16.2 million was allocated to beneficiaries in the 2022 academic year, with 21.4 million set aside for the 2023 academic year. This scheme continues to benefit young people in various academic fields and programs at institutions of higher learning. The Office of the Premier will launch a project to create a provincial youth portal, which will be a digital platform containing information related to all opportunities for the youth in the province. The work barrier for all entry-level posts across the public service and municipalities will be scrapped as from the 1st of April 2023. We will ensure mainstreaming of the interest of the youth, women, persons with disabilities across all government departments, SOEs and municipalities. The SCZ in Bujanala received an investment pipeline boost amounting to 6.1 billion. Amounts of 10 million and 8 million are allocated for the Mamusa and Mahikeng trade markets respectively. Musa Khotla, we appreciate the contribution by parents and community members in dealing with problems related to interruptions due to challenges of scholar transport. The Executive Council instructed Provincial Treasury to work with the Department of Community Safety and Transport to finalize the process for the new scholar transport tender in line with the budget to ensure that no deserving child is left without transport to school. To reiterate the command for the Commander-in-Chief of the Republic of South Africa. The people of South Africa want action, they want solution, and they want government to work for them. I'm happy to report that the work of the Special Investigating Unit is gaining momentum and yielding positive fruit. In October last year, 2 scholar transport service providers were ordered to repay over 7 million they received irregularly. Former Moretile municipal manager was arrested for alleged irregular expenditure amounting to approximately 215 million. 2 former senior officials in the Department of Health and Public Works had their pensions frozen pending finalization of civil action brought by the SIU. The SIU is continuing with more investigations. For example, they are working in Matibeng and Moretile municipalities, as well as in the Department of Public Works and Roads. I can also report that the SIU has concluded an investigation in the appointment of Mediosa, Buthelezi EMS in the Department of Health, and several action proceedings have been instituted at the Special Tribunal. The SIU further indicated that the investigations into the affairs of the Northwest Development Corporation relating to the purchase of Christiana Hotel, Game Farm, the establishment of Tukiso Security, and circumstances that led to the appointment of M-Vest for the Youth Enterprise Combo are nearing completion. Honorable members, we designated a senior manager in the Office of the Premier to coordinate the implementation of all remedial actions arising from investigations of the Public Protector and findings by the Human Rights Commission. The Office of the Premier is finalizing the framework for the implementation of lifestyle audits for senior managers in the public service, SAUs and members of the Executive Council. These measures will supplement existing mechanisms governing financial disclosures of senior managers, employees in supply chain, and legislative prescriptions related to members of the Executive Council. Honorable Speaker, honorable members of the House, we are determined to rid our province of the inglorious label of being corrupt-ridden. The province has recorded an improvement in its departmental audit outcomes. 7 departments obtained unqualified opinion, 1 in audit, and 3 have qualifications. We want to build on the progress made during the Section 100 intervention. It is not enough though. Our target is to ultimately achieve clean audit outcomes for all our provincial departments. We have appointed substantive HODs for 10 out of 12 provincial departments. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, we have identified critical risk areas which require attention, accounting for most of our negative audit outcomes in areas like procurement, financial management, recruitment, contract management, and so on. We will convene an accountability session with all provincial government senior managers responsible for these functions to communicate a clear message to turn around performance in the public service. The provincial government will conduct pre-bid award audits for bids above 10 million. Treasury will continue to report quarterly on department's compliance to 30 days payment to service providers. We have now established the Premier's Infrastructure Coordinating Committee in response to poor infrastructure spending by departments, particularly as it relates to conditional grants. Honorable members, all municipalities in the Northwest are directed to fill vacant and funded senior management positions with suitably qualified and competent people by no later than June 2023. Provincial government has already established an Executive Council Political Committee to provide continuous monitoring and support to municipalities experiencing governance and service delivery challenges. We will work with the South African Local Government Association to continue providing support to municipalities and strengthen social collaboration with business and civil society. We are acutely aware of similar instances of instability in areas under traditional authority. Whilst we are currently seized with efforts to resolve these issues, we will further appoint an investigative committee to attend to identified disputes in traditional communities. We made pronouncements in the past that non-performing contractors who deliver shoddy workmanship would not be given further work in the construction of houses and other government infrastructure. We are the first to admit that this has not been adhered to in all cases, and some road contractors have continued to hide in the system. We wish to state here today that the Executive Council directed the Department of Cooperative Governance, Traditional Affairs and Human Settlement to conduct assessment of performance of all contractors, to scale down those failing to complete their work in time, terminate and blacklist repeat offenders. All new human settlements projects will be delivered in an integrated manner, allocated to rightful beneficiaries, and built in areas where there is bulk and reticulated services. The provincial government will collaborate with the private sector, the national government and the Housing Development Agency to launch a housing project in Marikana, extension 13, targeting 3,400 beneficiaries. Honorable Speaker, we are making progress working with the NHBRC to reduce the backlog of block projects. With the delivery over 1,900 units in this financial year, we will complete a total of 247 units of these projects. We are also ramping up the program to restore title deeds to rightful owners in the province. Over the last 2 financial years, we distributed over 6,000 title deeds, and a further 8,000 will be distributed in 2023-2024 financial year. Madam Speaker, whilst we have made remarkable progress in a number of areas without doubt, there is still much to be done. And during this period, We have unfortunately, through death, lost significant activists and leaders in our province. Among them, Semi Daffy, Caesar Mukhatusi, Mpogalo, Paul Daphne, Pastor Moremo, Kirile Mukhotsi, and Professor Mareko Lekgotlo. May their souls rest in eternal peace. Madam Speaker and honorable members, the heroism and resilience of the people of this province are better explained by the fortitude of our torchbearers, who defied the odds in the fight against colonialism and apartheid. Some lost their lives in pursuit of the freedom we are enjoying today. As we celebrate our priceless 29 years of freedom, we do so cognizant of the sacrifices of heroines like Rita Nzanga, Priscilla Makone, and heroes like Benji Oliphant and many others. In these acts of heroism, which over the years have trickled down from one generation to the other, they have served as a beacon of hope to our people. We are approaching the 30th anniversary of our democracy. Let's hold hands across racial, across gender, across class divides. There is no more time for apportioning blame, for scapegoating, for passing the buck, for sanctimonious behavior. We are all of us required to make our little contribution towards the betterment of the lives of the people of the Northwest. Northwest, ke a rona rotlhe. Re tshwanetse go netefatsa gore ya dira. Northwest belongs to all of us. We have the responsibility to make it work. Northwest behoort ons almal. Ons behoort nie aan die verlede nie. Ons is nie hier om die verlede te blameer nie. Ons lewe in die huidige. En ons doel is om 'n beter lewe vir ons kinders te skep in die toekoms. Noordwes behoort aan ons almal. Ons moet die Noordwes laat werk. Si abantu base Northwest sonke masisebenze eNorthwest. Sisebenzele abantu bonke base Northwest. I just want to say to you, members of this August House, honorable members, Baya Danki, thank you. Really buha. Siabulela. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Before I deal with announcements, honorable members, I want to put the following for recording purposes. Number 1, Rule 74 on points of orders, 7.411. The presiding officer's ruling on a point of order is final and binding and may not be challenged or questioned in the legislature. 12, a member who is aggrieved by a presiding officer's ruling on a point of order may subsequently in writing to the speaker request that the principle or subject matter of the ruling be referred to the Rules Committee. That is the rules of this House. The third one, which is the last one, Powers and Privileges Immunities Act of Parliament is very clear, honorable members. When there is a security threat. There's disruptions of property. There's disorder that anyone can be hurt. The security services of the country must intervene. That is the act. It's not me, it's not the source. Allow me, honorable members, to acknowledge the presence of the following dignitaries. Honorable Ambassador Lungile Danji, Honorable Ambassador Jerima Chila, Honorable Ambassador Taki Africa, Honorable Ambassador Wilson from Cuba, Ambassador Marini Moreno, Venezuela, Professor Tubeka, the Vice Chancellor of the Northwest University, Consul General Spera, United States Consulate, Mr. Tamai, Lesotho Consul Office, Mr. Machubungwa, Mozambique, First Secretary, Consul General Tamele, Mozambican Consulate, and the honorable members from the NCOP who are always with us, Honorable Dodovu, Honorable Lansman, they're always part of us as the House. May you please repapatele ba imbaruna batho ka matsogo. The next announcement I want to make, honorable members, is that as we adjourn, members are requested to wait to be ushered to a group photo shoot. Thereafter, members will be...
You did not mention Honorable Ditwait, he's angry.
Oh, she's here. Honorable Vessel, my humble apologies. Let's also welcome the honorable member. She's also our regular, she attends the legislative sittings. Thank you very much. I only acknowledge those are in the house because NCOP members must be in the house. Whoever is sitting up, I'm only acknowledging my regular. In terms of the rules, members of the NCOP are members of this house. I only acknowledge those who comes, not only those who comes by that way. And Honorable Toile, please, you are out of order. You are out of order, really. Don't do that in the near future. You are out of order. I'm only acknowledging NCOP members who are regulars to this house. Honorable Ditwait, before I fight with Honorable Ken Hans, you are also our regular. You are welcome, honorable member. I'm honoring these honorable members because most of our NCOP delegates, they don't take time to attend our sittings or our activities, and we are one house. But all these honorable members are always here with us in this house. So I really wanted to honor them and appreciate their presence in this house today. As we adjourn, members are requested to wait to be ushered to a group photo shoot. Thereafter, members will be directed to the auditorium where lunch will be served. The media briefing with the Honorable Premier will be conducted immediately after the group photo shoot. Ushers are requested to assist our guests to their designated lunch areas. All members who are able are requested to remain seated, remain standing, my apologies, until the processions have left the chamber in the following order: Sergeant at Arms, the Speaker, the Premier, Secretary to the Legislature, and the table staff. And thank you very much, honorable members. The sitting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.